Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome to another video from my channel. My name is Tlalollin Ramirez. If you guys have not subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe for more videos pertaining to drumming. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about one of the most embarrassing, if not the most embarrassing moment that I've had at Ayala at my 2 years there. Just in case you guys don't know, Ayala High School is a world-class drumline that competes in WGI. Now, that year specifically was 2016, and that was the year that we actually got gold. We got first place. Now, before we go on with the video, I do want to point out a few things. Firstly, I'm starting a podcast. Link is going to be down in the description below. I talk with one of my homies, and we talk about basically nothing, but I wanted to promote it on here just so you guys can go and follow that and listen to us speak on a weekly basis. And another thing, make sure to hit that like button. It helps a lot with the channel. I know you guys hear that left and right. It helps with the algorithm. And it's true. So make sure you guys like, make sure you also subscribe and comment below just for feedback and to help out the channel. But yeah, you guys, so like I said, this year was 2016, and this was the first year I was ever at Ayala. This was my junior year, and it was winter camp. So basically, we trained the entire first semester. We trained all field season, and we took our 2-week winter vacation. And the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, before we go to school, we have what we call winter camp. Now, what winter camp is basically those 3 days we have 12-hour rehearsals. We go from 9 to 9, I believe, or 10 to 10. So we start at 9 in the morning and we end at 9 at night, which is nothing new to the marching activity. Typically, rehearsals for either drum corps or any world-class group usually go on for 12 hours. So this was our winter camp, 12-hour days for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Now, this year, like I said, was my first year, so I was still kind of new to the whole activity. I wasn't really part of the cliques just yet at Ayala, so I was still trying to make myself comfortable, still trying to get along with people, and I was just learning about the group itself. So Thursday comes along, nothing special happens. We go through the entire rehearsal day. Friday was also a normal rehearsal, nothing special happened. And we come back on Saturday, which was the third day. We go out on the second block, which was 2 through 5, I believe, a 3-hour block. And from 2 through 5, the sun was out blazing on us. It was so freaking hot, and we're outside just doing full runs of the show. And Ike all of a sudden comes up to us in the middle of the rehearsal, and he says, "Hey, you guys, I'm gonna let you guys do a full run through. If you guys can do the full run through without any mistakes, I will let you guys out early for lunch." And this was like 1 or 2 maybe hours before we had our lunchtime or dinner time. He said, "This all comes with a catch. If one of you guys mess up during the middle of the rep, I'm gonna cut you guys and we have to take it from the top and do it all over again. So we're gonna keep doing runs over and over and over again if somebody messes up until we get a full perfect run, and then we're gonna call it a lunchtime." And the entire drumline freaked. We all got excited. We all wanted to get together and perfect this final run so that we can go to dinner early and just get out of the sun because it was so damn hot. But this show, man, this show was a difficult one. I'm actually in the middle of the school right now. This is typically where we would rehearse. I didn't set up the camera like this because you can't see me. I'm dark. The sun is behind me. But I'm gonna show you guys. The actual lot where we were in. All right, so the place was right here. This is exactly the spot where we would have rehearsal, and this is exactly the spot on that specific day when we were out here rehearsing and sweating our asses off. No big deal. We would go through a run, and we had like our typical mess ups. And what I mean by typical is like the reason we have rehearsal is to perfect the imperfections we have on the show. And generally speaking, imperfections happen at the same place at the same time of the show. So we would have the mess ups, usually reoccurring on the same place. Ike would cut, we all knew exactly what the spot was, and we'd take it from the top. We take it from the top hoping that we fix that mistake going on forward. Sure enough, we're having a really good run. Ike didn't cut at the spot that we normally mess up at, so we continue going on with the show. No big deal. We finished through the entire thing. However, until we get to literally the final visual of the show. A little context here. This is how the final part looks like.
From the bottom of my heart, let me say thank you.
Ayala High School from California.
So after going through the entire show of running around left and right, doing crazy visuals, etc., they wanted us to finish off the show by completely squiggling around and just moving our body as sporadic as possible, and then go into the, they wanted us to cradle up into a ball with our hands sticking out. And that was the end. We ended up in that position. Now, generally speaking, whenever we would play with the pit, I personally always listened to the musical cue to know when to go into that cradle position.
From the bottom of my heart, let me say thank you.
So we didn't really have a guide, or I specifically didn't really have a musical guideline on when I should go into the cradle position. And that's what I usually use in the show to know when to start. So that was I was using the music as counts and not necessarily memorizing the counts by heart, which was my mistake. Long story short, we do the sporadic thing and I go into the cradle position like 4 counts too early. And I played it off like it was cool. I finished it and I said, like, under my breath, I was like, ah! And the worst part about it was that Ike specifically mentioned that whenever he saw a mess up, he would cut and we'll start from the top. So since we're at the end of the show, I messed up my cradle position. I went there a little bit too early. And the best part was, since we end up in that cradle position, no one is able to look around on whether we did a perfect show or not, because you're kind of just in your own body. But it was the end. Like, he couldn't cut and say, hey, I saw a mess up, let's go to the top. So he let us finish last like 16 counts or whatever. So when the show ended, he said, all right, break. We all get up, we look at each other and we're like, all right, we're cool. And everyone's eyes looked at Ike and we asked him, was that a good run? And we all got up, we're looking at each other like, yeah, did we do it? He hasn't cut yet, so we're assuming that he did it. We're all like packing our stuff, literally getting ready to go to lunch. And Ike says, hold up, you guys. Mr. T over here messed up the cradle position and went a few counts too early. So we're gonna take it from the top of the show again, run it all the way through. Oh my goodness, I was so embarrassed and everybody was pissed at me. Pissed! Everyone starts booing me, everyone starts getting mad at me, but that's the part of the show. Like, everyone has their inconsistencies, everyone has errors, everybody has mistakes. So what was really comforting about that moment was that even though everybody was really mad at me, obviously, we all kind of sucked it up as a group and we said, you know what? We're gonna get over it. We're gonna perform this entire show one more time without mistakes. And we did exactly that. So literally the next run, we do the entire show perfectly with no mistakes, and we got out for lunch early. We could have gone out 15, 20 minutes out earlier had I not messed up, but it is what it is. And I really do appreciate the entire line for just kind of sucking it up and doing the entire show again. They kind of had no choice, and them realizing that and letting the anger of me messing up get to them, it was really comforting. And I didn't really want to end this video kind of like on a serious note, but like, that's a whole life lesson. There's gonna be people around you that mess up and mess you up and cause things to happen, but at the end of the day, all you gotta do is just suck it up, do it again, and do it a lot better. And those little things are the life lessons that you learn from this activity, and they're just priceless. They're not big main ideas that you can pinpoint out and tell every single person who questions this activity what those life lessons are. You kind of just learn them as you go. There's a countless amount of lessons that I've learned in the activity subconsciously that I can't even point out or tell you, but I know they're there because I'm a completely different person when I left the activity than I was when I entered it. And I just want to leave it at that, you guys. That's going to conclude everything for this video. I just really wanted to make a video of me talking about my experience. I do want to be a better storyteller in the future, so more videos of stories that I've had in either the marching activity or in life in general will be coming up in the future, but I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I spent a lot of time and effort into this video, so please make sure you give this a like and a thumbs up, but I will see you guys for the next one, and peace out.